Today's video is on Mae Mai Muay Thai techniques, which literally translates as Mae, mother, Mai, wood. In Muay Thai there are several variations of how Mae Mai, or fundamentals, is shown. This is because over the centuries it has been filtered down by the different lineages of Muay Thai, such as Muay Pra Jao Seua, Muay Thasao, Muay Korat, Muay Chaiya, etc. History shows that Mae Mai and Luk Mai, advanced techniques, was originally codified by Muay Pra Jao Seua in the years after 1688. Muay Boran is made up of many specific attack and defence techniques and strategies. The name Muay Boran was coined in the modern era to describe the older style before the card ropes were outlawed in 1921, when they began to bring in the boxing ring and when full boxing ring rules were in place in 1929. Originally it was only called Muay, and the modern names of Muay Thai and Muay Boran were adapted to the martial art being adapted to a ring sport. A fundamental difference of Muay Boran from modern Muay Thai is that it was originally the unarmed combat taught to the soldiers and the Royal Guard in that era, and many of the techniques are meant to injure or break, and as such joint twists and bone breaks were a standard part of the syllabus. All of modern Muay Thai is in Muay Boran, and the only difference is that many techniques are not trained in Muay Thai fight gyms because of the modern rule set in the ring. So a great deal of people think that Muay Boran is not real should be aware that Muay Thai is from Muay Boran. This particular variation is taught by Muay Pra Jao Seua in Bangkok and Mae Mai form, which they originally codified Mae Mai, and in a later video I will show a variation of Luk Mai and describe the differences as effectively as I can. In this video I also show a variation taught by Master Din at Lana Fighting in Pale. He is also an amazing teacher, devoted to teaching traditional Muay Thai and Muay Boran, and has an absolute wealth of knowledge. Mae Mai has 15 parts and thus is called Mae Mai Muay Thai Bplaa. Bplaa literally translates as Bplaa, which is 15, and Ta is form, part. Mae Mai Muay Thai 15-part form. The first technique is Salab, which translates as Zig-Zag. It is also the name of one of the walking steps in Muay Thai Boran, as it represents a zigzag walk pattern. Various different lineages describe Salab Bplaa slightly differently, but basically it is defending against an attack with stepping in a zigzag fashion to evade and deflect counter. Muay Pra Jao Seua Mae Mai. Salab Bplaa. 1. Salab Bplaa. Zigzag walk. Your opponent throws a straight right punch, and to defend you step 45 degrees to the outside and block with the rear arm and Salab Bplaa to the elbow joint or the tricep of the opponent's arm. 2. Paksa Wek Rang translates as bird peeping through the nest. Your opponent throws a punch with their right and you step to the inside of their guard and open guard and punch to the head same time. 3. Chawa Sut Hawk. Chawa throws the spear. Your opponent does a right punch and you step to the outside and open guard and pivot with the left elbow to the ribs. It now tangre. It now spikes with Chris. Opponent does a right hook and you step to the inside with the open guard and right punch to the body. 5. Yok Kau Prasomheim translates as lifting the summer mountain. Your opponent throws a right punch and step 45 degrees to the outside and bend at the knees and punch upwards at a 45-degree angle to the chin. 6. Tateng Kam Pak translates as old man holding the melon. Opponent does an overhand right or a downwards elbow and you block with open guard and punch to the chin. You can either use a straight punch or an uppercut. 7. Mon Yan Lak. Mon supports the pillar. This is a defensive technique where the opponent punches and you counter with a teep to the body. In reality, it can be done to the body or leg or head, up to you. And number 8, Pak Luk Toi, translates as impaling the stake. A defensive technique where you elbow, single or double in an offensive manner or defensive manner to the thigh and or shin of the kicking leg. Technique 9, Jorake Phat Hang, translates as crocodile sweeps its tail. Jorake is crocodile and Phat Hang is sweeps its tail. A punch is thrown. This can be done a couple of different ways. A punch is thrown and you parry the punch down with your lead hand and counter with a spinning back kick to the head. And it can also be done in an attack fashion whereby you kick to the opponent's head and you miss and follow through with a spinning back kick to the head. Technique 10, Hak Guang Ayara, breaking the elephant's tusk. Opponent kicks to the body and you step to the inside to lessen the impact and trap the leg with your arm and pivot towards the opponent and do a chopping elbow to their thigh. Technique 11, Naka Bit Han, serpent twists its tail. When your opponent teeps, you step back and trap their kicking foot with your lead hand underneath and other hand on top, holding tightly and slightly away from the body so they can't teep you again. You then knee hard to the calf or knee joint and then twist the foot hard to the outside and then throw their leg to the outside because you're then on the inside. Or you can lift up their leg and plow and or kick the supporting leg. Technique 12, Witrun Hoklak, bird somersaults. Defensive technique where your opponent kicks with one or both legs and you counter with a teep to the thighs of the opposing leg to jam the kick. Teep tink, full foot. Technique 13, Dam Chwala, translates as extinguish the lamps. It is a defensive technique against a straight punch where you step back to avoid their range and parry their punch down and counter with a straight punch to the bridge of the nose. Technique 14, Kun Yak Jap Ling, translates as Kun Yak, Mr. Giant, Jap catches, Ling, the monkey. Kun Yak Jap Ling. Defense technique against multiple attacks simultaneously where the opponent throws a left hook and you double hand block to defend, and then they do a right body kick and you double block the kick, and then they do a chop elbow to the head and you step back and duck down and counter with a push to the body. It can also be done with a double block to right hook and then a downward open guard block to a knee and then an upward open guard block to the downwards jumping elbow. And the final technique, technique 15, Hakko Ayara, break the elephant's neck. Opponent does an overhand punch and you open guard to the punch, and then the other hand traps behind the head and behind the neck and you pivot 90 degrees to the outside of the punch and knee to the head. This technique can also be described as Hakko Erawan. In Thai, elephants have many names, and Ayada is an elephant and Erawan is an elephant also. The only difference is that Ayada is has a more special, auspicious meaning. I'm not exactly sure what it is. And the Hakko Erawan is where you, very similar. Double hand to the shoulders beside each side of the head, bring the knee down straight with the right knee to or left knee to the head or body. Okay, so that's a description of Mae Mai Muay Thai Sip Ha Ta as codified by Muay Pra Jao Seua. You will see from the video that I've shown several times the Mae Mai different variations. At the end of the video there's a couple of minutes where I'm showing not the full form but only the individual variations of the form and applications of the techniques. People watching this that have had Muay Thai experience will understand the practical application fairly easily because it's obvious they are effective techniques and it's up to the individual how they apply them. Anyway, enjoy your journey.